Johnson here, and this is a special message to all my BAJ method followers, right? Now, how am I going to do this without sounding arrogant? I don't know. Either way, yeah, I noticed recently a few people have been giving my numbers to people. Now, what happens, this is what happened, right, with the whole macros thing, okay? This is what you should be careful where you should check your sources of information, because it's like Chinese whispers with information. Like, I tell someone something, they go, okay, cool. Then they tell someone something, they more or less get it right. Next person, they get the gist. Next person tells it, but as it goes down the chain, yeah, it decays, right? Not only does it decay, it gets further and further away from the person that actually tried it, came up with it, and made it work. So you're just asking someone that's telling you theoretically this could work, right? And then my advice that started off as good advice becomes the same advice I tell people, oh, that's foolishness, man. So, bringing it back, I check where my advice goes, right? So I give numbers to people, say training to people, whatever. Now, they start working out, they inspire other people in turn. This is what happens, right? This is the point. This is the point of the whole thing. Like, this is what happened with me, yeah? I took someone's, collection of many people's advice over time and like created a method from that. And then, some people are like, how did you do that? I'm like, well, I did it this way. Give that person some advice. They take the advice, right? Then, let's go to the first person in the chain. They get the advice, they start making some gains, they start feeling better or whatever. They do it for a certain amount of time. It's normally not very long. It's normally like a week or two. Then other people are like, oh, what are you doing at the moment? You say you're feeling good. I'm like, okay, here, this is the advice, right? And they'll normally say, Jaden Johnson gave me the advice, BAJ method. It's good, man. Check his YouTube out. He's got some stuff. But they can't be bothered to do that, right? They've already got the advice. Why are they going to check my YouTube out? Which is cool, I don't need everyone to check my YouTube. The world spins on. I haven't got all the time of the day to watch these long videos that I do. So they get the advice, but where they got the advice from was someone that's still getting advice from me. So if they have any further questions, that person's not really in a position to answer them too great, because they don't know. They've only been doing this for a couple of weeks. Like, they don't have the 25 kilograms for fat experience, all the ups and downs and pitfalls and all the research that I've done. They've just got the base method, which is 1 or 2 videos worth. So then they give advice to someone else. Now, about this person getting hand, this has now become second-hand advice. Second-hand advice lacks a lot of information. The formula's probably still there, but some of the nuances that make the macro system work might start disappearing. So like BAJ method starts diluting. Also, this person doesn't really know where they got, because they never really looked at my videos. They just heard my name and they instantly forgot it, right? They just know that they'll say, oh yeah, person X gave me this advice, right? But what does that next person do with that advice? They ignore, I love this stuff, they ignore the person that gave that person that advice, and they take that person, and by this time, the advice is so far from like the original source of the advice, and it's become so diluted, so the word is bastardized, I don't like saying it, but the word is so bastardized, and also from a person that hasn't shown any gains. So the person doesn't really want to, someone sees watch the intro for this video, you see fat, not fat, and they're like, whoa, I like that, I want to do that stuff, great, cool, that's inspiration. The next person, they see their results and they're like, no, they're getting some results, okay, I'll do that. Next person is like, not really got any results. This person, people don't stick to it. All I'm saying to people is, this is not in any way bitter. All I'm saying to people is, be careful handing out advice. Take advice, but be careful handing out advice that you haven't made work and mastered quite yet. It is not a week, 2 weeks, or a month that masters you in this whole weight loss, fat loss thing. After a month of training, I could tell people some things, right? But most of those things I would have told them were wrong. Like, I would have told you, after like a month in, I would have said, yeah man, make sure you eat chicken and brown rice and broccoli. Make sure you eat brown rice because it's better than white rice. Make sure you eat broccoli because you need your veg. Make sure that you eat many times a day because that increases your metabolism. Make sure that when you're training, you are really tired and you do a full body workout. Make sure, what else would I have said? I'd have said, about a month in, I would have said, stop drinking juice, because that'll help you with fat loss. Now, these things are not incorrect. My experience told me these things, and it did work out for me, because I did these things and I lost fat. But as I do more research and have more experience, I realized that, oh, wait a minute, it wasn't really, that's my phone. That's what a BAJ method person. What are the chances of that? Anyway, I'll call that back. As experience, I got things, I learned things, I worked stuff out. I realized certain things that are really difficult for you to put into a month of training. Like, a month of training will teach you so much, but it takes a really long time. I'm still learning, of course. I'm still learning. Every week I learn something new. I work out something. I'm still right at the start of this journey. I'm very much novice. I'm in a position where I can teach somebody to get from being not in shape to definitely being in shape and sexy, attractive, whatever, good. I can teach you that. But as for like advanced bodybuilding and stuff, I can't tell you that. I'm not there yet. Look at my arms. Seriously. You can take my advice on advanced bodybuilding and muscle? I don't know. Like, so what I'm saying to people is check your sources, A, and B, when you get my badge method and you start using it, by all means refer them to the channel, by all means, but don't rattle off the advice like, oh yeah, I found that. Don't treat it like something you know works, you know it inside out, that you're in a position to teach to other people, because you're probably not in a position to teach other people. Yeah, you know, especially if you're using my methods, because I haven't even told you all of my methods yet, let alone you have taken them in, even if you have watched every video, we're still getting there. So, I don't really know what the point of this video is, other than I've just noticed my advice running a little bit wild, and I just want to make sure that everyone understands that you should probably get to the horse's mouth for these things. Yeah, and don't get overconfident. That's my advice. Remember, you're still learning. Be open to new stuff and other positive stuff. Bradley@gmail.com. If you've got any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, of course.